For years, people have been asking me questions about how to get more followers on Teachers Pay Teachers. And for years, my answer has been, don't worry about it. It's really not that big of a deal. And although I do totally stand by that statement, I did want to finally share a couple of ways that you can gain more followers on Teachers Pay Teachers, because there are a couple of benefits of having more followers. So let's talk about the benefits, reasons why I wouldn't worry too much about it, and then a couple of ways that you can increase your followership if you so choose. So first of all, why would you want followers on TPT? So people can go and follow TPT shops. So they can go and there's like a little star up the top and then click the star and they follow you. The reason this is helpful is because after someone follows your shop, they now get notifications like on their home screen. It'll say like new resources from teachers you follow. And so it'll show your products on the home screen. Awesome. In addition to that, sometimes they get emails that also say, you know, new things from teachers you follow, and it'll have some of your products in there from TPT that you don't have to send at all. You can also do notes to followers, which, full disclosure, is something I never ever touched until the last couple of weeks. I've only sent a couple, so I'm still kind of playing around with it. So the jury's still out about whether or not I'm actually gonna do it. But so far, I have found that I have made some money from each of my notes to followers. And so because of that, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm trying it out and I'm seeing. Before this, you could only send one in a month, and frankly that was not very much, and it just seemed like not worth it to me. But now that you can do it once a week, that's a lot more regular communication, and I'm feeling a little bit better about it. Now, the reason I always say not to stress too much is that, one, you don't really have that much control over who follows your store. There are things you can do that we're going to talk about that are going to encourage people to come follow your store, but there's not a lot of things that you can really do to like make someone follow your store. And so frankly, I just feel like your efforts are better put somewhere else. Product creation, that's where they're better put. And so I don't want you to stress about them. In addition to that, it is so much easier to communicate with your followers off of Teachers Pay Teachers. And because of that, I've always encouraged you to either build an email list or to go through social media. I still stand by that. I still think that's more important. I still would say 1000% build an email list or social media instead of focusing on followers. So my point being, don't stress too much about followers, because one, it does take a long time to gain some followers. Two, there's not that much benefit. Like, there's a couple benefits, but it's not like the end of the world. And three, it's so much easier to communicate with people on email or social media because it's just easier. It's just easier. They can't message you back either, at least not yet. So there's that too. So all of these things to say, don't stress about your followers. Personally, I'll say I did not notice any uptick in sales until I hit about 1,000 followers, and then I started noticing that I would post new resources and they would actually start selling. And that's my best guess, is that people are seeing them on the home feed. Now, it takes a long time to get to 1,000, and that's not like a magical number. It just is what I happen to notice, like, hey, I hit 1,000 and also my sales on new products have increased. So maybe those things are related, and maybe not. I don't know, but I'm contributing it to that. And so because of this, again, don't stress about them. But here's a couple of simple things you can do in order to gain more followers. So number one is going to be to make quality products. Yes. Okay, the rest are more hacky, but this one is very important, and that is making quality products. The best way to gain followers is to make quality products, because if you make products that people want to purchase, they will want to come follow you. I used to think that people, you know, never wanted to follow anyone, and like, why would they want to be sold to, and all of that stuff, until I started really thinking about my own shopping habits. And I noticed that I do things like follow J. Crew on Instagram and open all their emails because I want to know if something's going on. I want to know, you know, if they have new stuff, and like, I want that. Yes, I'm gonna buy their stuff. Yes, they're selling to me, but like, I want to be sold to because I like their stuff. That's, I mean, it's like kid in the candy store. I walk in there and I'm just like, everything should be mine. So that is, you know, and I also follow, I'm thinking like, I follow lots of different Disney accounts, and they all talk about like things you can buy at Disney because I just love Disney, and it's so ridiculous to say it out loud. But my point being, I follow them because I genuinely like their stuff, not because I liked one thing, not that I got one dress from J. Crew and I loved it, but have returned to them over and over because I got some stuff, I loved it so much that I came back for more, love that so much that I came back for more. And so now I am happily following them. You want to do the same thing in TPT, and that is to make quality products that people like so they will want to come back to your store. So that the next time they need something, they're like, oh, hey, what was that store that I bought something from? And you have it down at the bottom with your copyright symbol, right? So that they can go and find your store, and then they're like, oh my gosh, look at all these amazing resources. Let me click the follow button because look at all this awesome stuff they have. That is the best way to get your followers, is to have high quality products people want to come back to purchase. And that's gonna be the best way to get followers. I'm gonna assume that you have that and you have high quality products that people want to purchase. And then we're gonna move on to a couple of quick little things that you can do in order to gain a couple more followers without a lot of stress. Number 2, I guess, is to get your follow link and put that everywhere. So if you go to your dashboard, up at the top, there will be something called a follow link. And it is a link that when someone clicks on it, it automatically has them follow you. This is really handy because you can put that in your emails or on Facebook or stuff like that so that people can follow you. And as soon as they click on it, it automatically makes them follow you. It's great. You can put that, you know, again, pretty much anywhere. The downside though is that if you are on mobile and things like, this is what I experienced, is I had it on Instagram. And on Instagram, when you like click on a link, it doesn't go to the browser, it just goes to like the little Instagram browser thing. And so when you did that, you then had to sign in to your TPT store. So the reason I told you this is because I would, you know, send people to go to click the link in my bio, but they couldn't get to my resources because I had done the follow link and they had to log in and it was just too much, and so people wouldn't look. Once I took that actually off, that helped a lot because then people could go straight from, you know, Instagram to Teachers Pay Teachers. Now, that being said, you can still use this in lots of different places, but do be aware that people have to be signed in for it to work. And so maybe if you put it somewhere, try it first and make sure that people can still, you know, get to your store and you're not hindering people. Put it in your emails, put it on, you know, Facebook, put it wherever you can that's going to work, and then you can lead more people to your store. Number 3 is going to be just to have reminders. A lot of people don't think about or even know that you can follow people on Teachers Pay Teachers. And so if you remind people, they're more likely to actually do that. Put reminders on Instagram every once in a while. Be like, hey, did you know you can follow my store? And then you get like notifications about all the new products, and it's awesome. Let people know that because people don't know. Also, in your products, you could even have a page in your product because you already have your terms of use, right? And you have your copyright page, right? And you have all of those things. You can also have a page where you're like, hey, go follow my TPT store. Here's the link. And you can put the link there so people can click the link and they can go and follow your TPT store. That is going to be really effective, especially if people are already in your product and they already like your product, and then they're more likely to want to go follow your store. All right, number 4 is by using some of TPT's custom site things. So really what I mean is banners. On TPT, there's a couple of different places in your store that you can customize. So there's like the quote box at the top, there's like a little banner, there's a little thing down on the side. I'm not gonna get super into these, but I will show you how to get to them up here on the screen.
A couple of different things. So you have your quote box right up here. You also have this banner, and then there's also this banner down here on this side. And those are like the main things that you can customize on your store. So to change those, you could go to My Account. Once you get to My Account, you're going to click on Store Profile. And then down here, this is where you put your logo. You can put your quote, or you can put an image in your quote. You just click Edit to add that. In order to change the other things, you actually go to your dashboard. This is really odd. Click on Marketing, the Marketing tab, and then click on Customize where it says Upload Your Own Banners. When you do that, there will be 2 things you can choose. So there's the store page leaderboard, and it tells you right here how big you want it to be, and then you just add your file in. You can also have that link to a page. So I have it linked to my most recent products. So that way, if someone clicks on it, they go to my most recent products. And then same thing here. So I have they click the little star for updates to remind them that if they click the star at the top of the screen that they can follow my store for updates. And then the same thing, the size you need is right here. Just click choose file, upload it right there. I did these in Keynote, which is basically the same thing as PowerPoint, but you could also do them in Canva if you prefer.
And so that you can find them, and in there they will tell you what size to make them, and they're just like JPEGs, images, and then you can, you know, put whatever you want. So go to Canva or go to PowerPoint or whatever, make whatever it is that you're gonna make in the correct size, and then you can upload it as a picture to your TPT shop. You can also do some as GIFs, those things, if you wanna do that instead. And these are good ways to have reminders for people to let them know, hey, if you click on the star, then you can follow my store. So I have one, I don't have it up at the top, but I have it down on the side, and it has like a star, a picture of a star, and it says like follow for updates or follow for notifications, or click the star to follow, or something along those lines. I don't know, something about following. And it's just another way to remind people that you can do that. Also, if you're interested in like a video about all the different ways you can customize your TPT store, let me know that down below in the comments and we can make that happen. I feel like that would be a really interesting one. I've been looking for a new tutorial to do because I feel like I haven't had any tutorials lately, but I couldn't think of anything to make. So that might be a hit. Let me know if you have anything you want to see, like a how-to. Let me know. And one more way that you can get more followers on TPT is through giveaways. So you can do giveaways on social media or through your email list or whatever it is. And in that you can have a couple of different contingencies. Or you can have, you know, like all they have to do is comment, but if they, you know, also follow you, then they get extra entries and stuff like that. So what I typically do is say like I don't think I've ever done this with TPT followers, but on Instagram, I'll say like you have to be following in order to win. And that way, once I pick a winner, and then I can make sure that they, you know, get the giveaway item. So maybe that's, you know, a $10 TPT gift card, or maybe it's a Starbucks gift card. I usually do gift cards because you can send them online and you don't have to worry about like, you know, the post office and postage and all of that stuff. So that's kind of my personal preference, but you can do it however you want. And that's another way to send some people over to follow your store. All of that being said, although there are a couple of things that are helpful about having followers, like I mentioned at the beginning, like, you know, having those notifications and having the notes to followers, it's not something I would stress a lot about. I would just, you know, maybe implement a couple of these things. But again, your time is gonna be better spent working on product creation. And then if you want to build an audience, build it on social media or build it on email list. Those are gonna be much better. And also build it on your email list, because you have a lot more communication that way. You don't have as many restrictions, like you can only send one note to follower a week. Y'all, I send like 3 emails a week, so like that would not work. And there's just so much more that you can do when you're off TPT's site. So implement a couple of these things, but don't stress too much about it, and spend more of your time working on other things that are going to move the needle a lot more in your business. If you want to know more about like things that are going to move the needle in your business, then the next video you should watch should be needle moving tactics, where we talk about how to find the things that are going to help your business move forward. Thank you guys so much. I will leave a link to that down below in the description if that's something you want to see, and let me know in the comments anything else that you'd like to see. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.